Hi, and welcome to Tennis Treasures, where your tennis dream becomes your actual tennis reality. My name is Rich Jackson, or Coach RJ. Hopefully you're doing well today. Our mission is to expedite your specific tennis goal. And it may not matter what it is as long as agreed upon between us. We have a plan, you have a goal, we look at flow charts and possibilities and the time period involved, and boom. If we're all in agreement, then there we go. We're going to expedite that goal. So, let's get started. What's today's topic? Let me check my notes. Ah, yes. Be a tennis specialist. And that's a big deal, big deal, big deal. Why? Because most of the players out there on the top pro tour, most of them, not all, they specialize, yes, but they don't have a whole bunch of specialties. They have maybe a couple, 2 or 3. They have a strong foundation of a game, like our Big Five. But as far as specialties, Stan Wawrinka, what's his specialty? Power backhand. Oh man, beautiful backhand. Same thing with Richard Gasquet. He's got this power-heavy looping backhand cross-court with an acute angle. And then he's got this flat backhand down the line. So he creates a 1-2 punch from his backhand only, which is very smart. Same with Benoit Paire. He's got a very scary backhand. It works no matter what. If he's on the run, if he's not running, if he's changing direction, has to come back to his backhand on a scale of 1 to 10 is a 9.5. And people don't pay attention to that. We look at those details. These are multimillionaires I'm talking about. The Tennis Treasures Training Manual, just by the way, I'm going to throw this in as a side note, is designed for tennis players who want to make money on the pro tour. Now, for those who want a free ride scholarship, this book is a bit overqualified, which is a good thing. You want that. That's wonderful. You want to be overqualified. You want to have leverage. Well, you got it. So, let's move forward. I forgot to turn over my hourglass. This is a 10-minute hourglass. That's important. Let me check my notes. So, we at Tennis Treasures ask you key questions to help determine what are your specialties. You may not know right away until you think about it. You do have them already, probably at least one. And by the way, like I was saying, a lot of the pros only have one that's special for them. Others who are way up there in the food chain, they have more than one. And I would suggest you have 3 minimum that you're clear about and that you've worked on and got that under your belt. Okay, let's check here. So, we are supporting you in identifying your specialty. It could be a serve, a unique serve, a power serve, a consistent first serve, a power second serve. Who knows what your specialty could be? You got to research yourself. It's called Tennis Player Know Thyself. Or it could be a big forehand. That's what Roger Federer had. He had a big forehand. And Roger had some other hidden specialties too. That's why they call him the maestro. He's got specialties that include unique strategies and tactics that throw off his opponents. I mean, drop shots when you don't expect a drop shot, fake drop shots. Roger's favorite shot, since he's retired, we can talk about it a little bit, is to first hit a cross-court forehand on a decently sharp angle, and then he's staying back but near the baseline, inside the baseline slightly, and when the person gets the ball back, he hits an on-the-rise forehand that's down the line. So by hitting it on the rise, you've taken away time. But first you've got him off the court, and you've taken away time also. So in most cases, the opponent never even touches the ball, much less, tries to get it back at all. So let's talk about some other players who have some specialties. Also, one specialty you could have is just conditioning, believe it or not. Medvedev has tremendous conditioning. And Medvedev has a different style of play too. We should talk about him one day, I think. Him and a few other players. That's what I'll do. I'll make a note that, we're going to talk about specific players that stand out. And Medvedev's one of them. He's unique and different, and so is Benoit Paire. Let's see, special players. Okay, we'll put that on our list. YouTube videos to generate. Now, where are we? We're looking here. Yeah, we're okay. All right, so yeah. Great conditioning can be a specialty. That's in itself, because that means you don't mind staying out there a long time, keeping long rallies where your opponent wants to hurry up and get this match over with, and that's an advantage over them. They're going to maybe overwhelm themselves trying to be too offensive, and then you got a problem. They got a problem because they'll start making unforced errors. That's another one here that I wrote down. A big serve, I mentioned that. Other hidden skills. Now, hidden skills are like Andy Murray has, like David Ferreira has. These are some of the hidden specialties that these players have. There's more. Gil Simone has hidden specialties or skills. And we can go over that another time. But the point is, you identify your specialties. That's the point of today's video. Sit down, look at yourself, watch yourself on video, whatever it takes, so that you can work on that and strengthen it, make it even better. And then before you know it, you got it to where you want it, and now you're looking around like, what do I do now? No, you get a second specialty. You do two. At Tennis Treasures, we try to make sure you have at least 3. I said at least 3 specialties. We want to make sure you have an S1, S2, S3, and possibly 2 more besides those. And then is where, same as SWs. We want you to have at least 3 or more SWs. Those secret weapons are critical to your success, very much so. So these kind of hidden things we work on. Anyway, then we make sure you master the key chapters too, chapters 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All of them have their uniqueness about it. And if ever you're out of your zone, talking about this training manual, whenever you're out of your zone, you go to chapter 10, the executive secretary, and it gets you right back in your zone on demand. We have a process for everything at Tennis Treasures. So if you have questions, I see I'm looking, I got time. If you have questions, go to the description below and click on the URL and reach out to us. There's no pressure on you. We're not going to twist your arm to join to be on the golden package. But let me talk about that since I have a few minutes here. The gold package. That's our project to make sure that you are golden. Yes. We turn you not from a caterpillar to a butterfly, but close enough. Yeah, we want you to be officially golden. And when you get an actual certificate that says you're golden from us, you have done what you needed to do. You have mastered these 6 chapters. That's scary. That's not just overwhelming your opponent. It's scary. Nobody wants to play against you, because chapter 4 talks about the brilliant strategies that Arthur Ashe used to win Wimbledon in 1975 against Jimmy Connors. Arthur Ashe had lost to Jimmy Connors 6 times. Every time they played. And all of a sudden, Arthur and his team employs this chapter 4, this chess tennis, and boom, Arthur wins in 4 sets, almost 3 straight sets. So that's just chapter 4. We're just getting warmed up. Chapter 5 gets you off the court ASAP in an hour if you do it right, in our opinion. But we have a plan for that. We got 5 components to chapter 5 that help make sure you get off the court in an hour. These are heavyweight stuff. This is covert things, Okay, that's chapter 5. Chapter 6, in case you stumble into a buzzsaw and your opponent is that hot and strong, and you happen to get into a tiebreak, what do? You say, oh boy, I get to practice my tiebreak skills. That's what you do. There's heavy-duty stuff going on in the tiebreak that makes sure that you win it, including borrowing one of the formulas from chapter 7. You're going to borrow LPSP into chapter 6, the tiebreak. So we're getting kind of close. Plus, I started this late, so I don't want to go too long. Anyway, you get the point. Here we are. We're available to support you. Today's lesson was another important lesson. Now you get to take a look at yourself in the mirror and try to identify, okay, what's my specialty? Who am I? How can I do this? How can I strengthen that specialty? And if you don't know what it is, just look at the body language of your opponent when you hit certain shots, and then try to duplicate that shot in the future. As a starting point, I'm just saying. But what we do is help you to identify your strengths, help you identify your specialties. Make sure you got all these codes under your belt. We want your inner circle to know the codes too, because when you're in the heat of battle, there I go a little too far. When we're in the heat of battle, when you're in the heat of battle, we want your inner circle to say, okay, Mike, Larry, Susan, whoever it is out there, try S2, try S. You just say it once, you'll hear it. You say, oh, you didn't think of S2. Or make sure you're doing your R and R, because they see that you're forgetting about that. You're playing a little too safe. Yeah, so anyway, or they'll say, go into SA, which is safe aggression. They might suggest that at certain times in the match. So you get the picture, you get the feeling. My name is Coach RJ or Rich Jackson, and we are available for you on standby. Please reach out to us ASAP when you'd like to. I forgot to make the camera a little closer, sorry about that. And hopefully we'll talk to you on the next YouTube video. Don't forget to hit and don't forget to do the subscription part too. That way you'll be notified when the next time that we'll be available to tell you some more secrets to winning more matches. Talk to you later.